call the meeting back to order. Thank you for allowing us to recess. First item scheduled is awards and presentations. There are none, first on the agenda. And then public comments from elected officials. I know the sheriff's not with us, but
Excuse me,
I don't
Mr.
see any of the
Chair,
others.
did you make a decision? Did you all have a meeting back there?
I'm gonna come back to you.
You're gonna
I'll
carry?
just hang with me.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna move ahead and.
Sorry, Buster, thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. I'm
Okay.
with Harriet though. We need to speak.
Next is we have the consent agenda. Commissioners approve the minutes of the June 23rd meeting, and then the accounts payable account and payroll for June 2020. You've reviewed those. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Motion by Joe, second by Tony. Any questions or corrections to make? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. The consent items are approved. We have nothing under old business. So we'll move to new business. We have an application for a retail beer license for Rose Hill Country Store. Commissioners, page 32 through 36 in your packet would be that application. Maybe you've had a chance to review that. And you see the applicant, and it's gone before the ABC board. What are your wishes on that?
I don't see, they've been there before, and I don't see a reason not to go forward with it.
Okay, so the application is for Rose Hill Country Store. The applicant is Tracy Rabian. And again, it has the proper approval up to this point, so there's a motion from Kenneth to approve that license, that application. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, anybody have questions or concerns on it? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Commissioners, you have in your packet grant application and budget for CATS. It's consider the approval of the grant application and budget for CATS. Do you want to
Miss Tammy is on her
discuss
way
that?
in. We were just had a full crowd, and so she is waiting until her moment to come, so I've
So
asked her.
if it's all right, we'll wait until she gets here to let her speak on that, and we'll come back to it. Is that all right?
Fine.
Come in, Tammy. Come right on to the microphone, ma'am. Give us the items. Tell us about the items that you have before the commission today.
I have 5311 grant application and CARES Act application for the state for the budget for CATS.
Okay. Those are standard. Is the grant application the annual grant?
5311 is the
The
annual.
annual grant, okay.
The CARES Act is new this year because of the COVID.
Okay. What are the grant amounts? Round figures.
Round figure for the 5311 is 24,000.
Mm-hmm.
And on the CARES Act, for administration is 116. For operating is 232, and for capital is 147.
Okay, we have those items before you, commissioners. Any questions for her before we?
I emailed both documents to y'all last
Mhm.
Friday to have the time to look over, and I'll leave the paperwork in there to be signed with
Okay.
blue ink.
We'll entertain a motion to approve these. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is motion? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Holmes. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
I like to approve grants.
Okay, good.
You know, I appreciate you doing the work you do and
Thank you.
doing the paperwork that allows to keep the CATS going and all the things that it supports and all of our citizens that helps out.
Thank you.
So there may be some that aren't familiar with the term CATS. It's Covington Area Transit System. They run vans that are life-saving services for a number of our citizens for kidney dialysis and things like that. So they do address a lot of needs in the community, in all areas of the community. You go into Florilla.
Yes, sir, we
Daly,
covered the whole
Red
region.
Level. Okay.
Also, anybody that's in a wheelchair,
Mhm.
we're able to do more for people that's in wheelchairs and not real mobile because of the way they're set up. It's a lot safer than family members trying to get somebody in and out of a chair. So it's really a plus.
It's a great service.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. If there are no other questions, comments, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Uh-huh.
Opposed, same sign. All right, that motion carries. Approved. Thank you,
Thanks,
ma'am.
Gavin.
We'll sign the paperwork later. We have a request from the sheriff for to approve solicitation of inmate communication system bids, and I'm gonna call on Ms. Karen to elaborate on that for us.
This is a bid request for the phones used at the jail for the inmates. The sheriff has been working on putting a packet together. There's a few items that Ms. Cotton and I have helped kind of work through as well, and some changes that we need to make to it. But I'd like for y'all to approve the solicitation of the bids with the attorney's approval.
All right, so is there a motion to approve soliciting bids, subject to final review by the attorney of the solicitation?
This is on
Inmate
Inmate
phones.
communication.
inmate phones.
Phones
Okay.
in the cell blocks and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, motion
Go
and
ahead, Joe.
second.
Hey,
Anybody have questions on it? Beyond that, it's, again, we'll be getting bids in, and so we'll be able to review those in depth. There's a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Karen, we have, consider purchase of equipment from NJPA. I think that's actually Lynn. Where's Lynn Rawls? County Engineer Lynn Rawls, wanting to spend some money.
We're looking at the source well, which is normally the NJPA, and our purchase price is $225,352.
What is the product, the
It's
item?
a wheeled excavator that was damaged from the fire that we had here a couple weeks ago.
So we had an insured loss on a piece of equipment, and this is to replace it so we can get back to work.
Yes.
And we do have the option of purchasing off of an approved bid, so we don't have to go through the process of bidding, and the price is in line with what we had purchased previously, I know. So we just need to approve purchasing this from the NJPA bid. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Motion and second. Lynn, that's just the excavator itself. You
Yes.
salvaged the head off of
Salvaged
the
the
old
cutter head,
piece?
yes.
Okay. And again, the price is what?
$225,352.
Okay. So there's a motion and second. Any other questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, that's approved. Lynn, while you're there, you have some other things you wanna address
Just
with the commission?
107 project there.
Okay.
South Alabama's supposed to be here this week to start. They're supposed to be coming today. They haven't made it yet.
So the 107 project is the Pigeon Creek
Yes.
alternate route that we've been working at for a number of months, and we got held up. It was one of those things that you don't expect, but it was held up by the COVID-19 issue across our state. So the folks that were doing the study, archaeological study, were out of work, away from their offices, and couldn't perform, but they're supposed to be here when?
This week.
Within the week, okay.
Yes.
Any other questions for Lynn while he's in front of us?
Mm,
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, sir. I know that people just keep saying it's going on and on about this bridge. But something comes to my mind about the state at a bridge above my house on 331. They've been doing a study on that for over 2 years where a bridge has been. They've been drilling holes in the asphalt. They're doing all kinds of stuff. So it's just one of these things that everybody has to have a job, seems like, to get something done. So it's gonna get done, we promise you. But it's just like the replacing the bridge or whatever, it just don't happen overnight, and it's just what we have to do. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Kenneth. Next item on the agenda is a request for approval for out-of-state travel, and we'll call again on Ms. Karen to address that. Page 37 in your packet.
We have a request for Michael Bishop, a school resource officer, to attend a class in Columbus, Georgia. That was one that would require your approval since he'll be going out of state for this class.
Okay, the dates are July 23rd and 24th.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody have a question on that? Is there a motion to approve this?
Motion to approve.
Motion, is there a second?
No second.
Tony, seconded. Anybody have questions now? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Buster, you had signed up to speak, and I think we'll just do that right here at this spot. And we'll limit you, as we did others, on public speakers. I don't, yes, sir.
Mr. Chair and Commissioners and Ms. Sowell and my friend, the city county attorney now, Ms. Cotton, and everybody, and Mr. Holmes. My name is Buster, and I'm not gonna give you an address, although I could put the mayor's house or the idle hour, but I don't want, but I do. I'm your Texas truth detector, political and theological truth detector from Texas, trying to get back over there. And I want to say that I'm just glad to be a part of this. I just enjoy politics, and especially so much. Now, the reason why I wanted to assert their position, you know, you and I have had many discussions over there. You chewed me out royally at the country store, and I've come back at you. But I appreciate you, Mr. Chair, because you'll talk to me, and you really listen to me too. So I appreciate that, but I know you want to control the situation here. I know you pretty well. I can predict exactly what you'll do. But I have tried to speak here. You remember when I did one time and just quoted Blaine Wilson, and you chewed me out, got on you. They didn't get on the tape. You came down here and said I was a disgrace. Well, at least you paid attention to me. And I thank you for that. Well, I am for Tony Holmes. I don't speak for him. I just assert. But the real thing I want to do is just take up that I think I offered this and you'd rejected it. I said, why don't you have a public meeting? Let the people, I would love to them to flare up. I would tell you, they will not win this argument. But if you don't give them a chance, I said, just have this over here on a Monday night. Why don't you do that? She said, well, no, and I didn't talk to Harriet about it. And let people just have a public forum. Let them have a give and take on it. And you rejected that. And for you, Blaine Wilson, you ought to clean that stuff up over here
need to-
before, no, after he left.
Address comments to the floor.
All right, I'm sorry. You're right. You're always right. I'm sorry. I just get so upset when I see, and Blaine Wilson, if he had, at the Republican Forum, which was all screwed up, as you know, Blaine Wilson did the interrogation. I asked him before to ask the 4 splendid candidates for council for this here, commissioners, what they thought about this Black Lives Matter movement. He wouldn't do it. And I just want to say I'm going to go down to vote today. And Harriet, would you tell Harriet that I'm going to vote in the Republican runoff?
That's fine. Buster, your time has expired. Just
Well-
thank you for coming. Appreciate your patience.
Well, I thank you
Is
for.
there anything else come before the commission? A motion to adjourn would be in order. Thank you, Joe. We stand adjourned. Thank y'all.